What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl Kirsto C, and welcome back to my channel. Good morning, y'all. So today, as you can see by the title of this video, I am going to be showing you guys or explaining to you guys how I'm studying for the Nclex. It's very important that I share this with you guys because the Nclex is basically the most important part of nursing school. This is what you are working toward and building upon, so it's very important. Excuse my bonnet. It is 9 in the morning and I don't feel like doing my hair. And yeah. So right now I just made some coffee and I use a Keurig with Starbucks K-Cups, whatever they're called, but it works for me. That's pretty much all I do before I study is drink some coffee, maybe eat some fruit. Yesterday I did a cash giveaway, so that was fun. I reached 800 subscribers, so that's why I did it. Yeah, I promised a new video, so that's what I'm gonna do. Right now I am getting ready to study for the Nclex, so it's very important that I share this part of my journey with you guys because this is like the big guy. This is the one that is the most scariest. So I just wanted to make this video because I know there are a lot of people that are studying for the Nclex. I know there are so many resources out there, and a lot of people have asked me, how are you studying for the Nclex? What are you going to use? And I decided to go with UWorld. Personally, I'm going to explain why out of all the options that I had, I choose to only go with UWorld. So let me just give you a rundown of all the sources that I could have used. My school provided us with Kaplan in our last course, our last semester. They provided us with the Kaplan. It's free, but when I went on Kaplan to review it, look at it, I was just confused. It was just it wasn't easy to navigate the website, and I don't like things that are hard or disorganized. I don't want to stress myself out even more. So I decided to not even use Kaplan. I threw it out the window. The second option that I was going to use was I think it's Mark K, something like that. He's very popular, providing you with resources to use on the Nclex with videos. The reason why I'm not going to use him is because I just feel like it would be too much. I have crunch time to take my Nclex, so I don't want to be kind of reviewing information based off videos. So I want to go ahead and try to prep questionnaire wise. I want to practice questions. I'm pretty sure his videos are amazing. I never heard anything bad about his videos, but I personally chose not to do that route because I don't want to get stuffed with information. I would rather practice questions and figure out where I'm weak at and then review that. My third option is Saunders, the Saunders Nclex book. I have the book. I have two versions. I have one online and I have the newest version in person, the handbook. So I'm using that kind of. I just feel like I used that one for my last nursing class, so it was mixed in. So I've kind of already looked at that book, but I will go back and do some practice questions in there because they have great charts in Saunders. I don't know if you guys have Saunders, but it's amazing and you should invest, especially if you're in nursing school. That book is amazing for nursing students. I mean, you don't even have to be prepping for Nclex to have that book. I feel like every nursing student should own a Saunders book because it just breaks down the information so precisely, more condensed. You don't have to worry about reading a whole page just to get to the point. So I prefer Saunders over any Nclex book. I'm not even gonna go out and look for another Nclex book because I have one. Now my last option was UWorld. A lot of people make this choice. A lot of people buy UWorld, and a lot of people say it's very accurate and they are successful on their Nclex when they use UWorld. I had made some notes on UWorld and how I feel about it so far that I've been using it. I think I've done about 675 questions so far. So I'm kind of getting in the groove of it. I decided that I am going to do 2 sets of 75 questions daily. So every day up until the day before the Nclex, I'm going to do 2 sets of 75 questions. I'm using the tutor mode. So after every question, I get to see if I got it right or wrong, and I get to see the rationale. So for each rationale, I'm going to make sure I try to read it in full, you know, especially if I got it wrong. I try to, you know, read it and look at why I got it wrong, basically. So UWorld shows you, when you answer a question, the percent of people who get this right. So if it's a low percent, say I got the question wrong and it's like 13% of people get this question right, I go deep into that question. I look into that question like, okay, why are we all getting this wrong? Because apparently 13% is very small. I know UWorld has a big population and 13% is very small. So I want to know, why is this question, you know, so tricky? Like, what's wrong with it? Why are people getting this wrong? It also shows you on each answer choice how many people chose that answer. So if I get a question wrong and only 13% got the question right, and my answer, 50% chose this answer, the same answer as me, but it's wrong, I look into, okay, why are we choosing this answer? So I take those questions and I kind of like make a note about like things to look for, like the tricky part. I try to make a short note in my notebook, and I'll probably go over it after the test, like read through it again. So another thing I do is I try to find the pattern in the question or in the answer choices. So if it's like, okay, which patient is priority at this time, or which patient would you assess first, I try to look for the pattern. And if it's a pattern and 2 of those answers are the same, I try to look at, okay, could they be right or could they be wrong, so I can eliminate them. So I just try to find like what works best for that particular question, especially priority questions, assessment questions, delegation questions. So some people break up in UWorld into the sections. I'm not doing that. I'm just taking all of it. So any subject, so mental health, adult health, pediatrics, maternity, all of that, I'm taking it and I'm doing the 75 questions like random. So I'm not breaking it down by section. I'm doing this really because it's gonna resemble the Nclex the most, rather than me going section by section and like, oh, let me do cardio today, and then tomorrow I'll do respiratory, and then I'll do pediatrics. I don't want to do it that way because I just feel like, what if I do cardio 2 weeks out from my Nclex and I forget everything? Like, I don't want to do that. So I'm doing it all as one big unit. I highly recommend UWorld because I'm loving it so far. I don't have any complaints about UWorld. I really can't find anything wrong with the thing. It's just like amazing. So I understand why they're a little on the expensive side, but you know, it's very important that you find what works best for you, which source works best for you. I'm more of a practice person, so I want to practice questions instead of reading. I get really sleepy and bored when I read, just cause like it's just not my thing. I can't do it. So if you're a reader, if you comprehend better that way, then go ahead and go for like the Nclex books, like the Saunders. If you're a visual learner, go ahead and go for like the videos on YouTube. And so this video will probably be the last video I make until after I take the Nclex, because I really got to focus and I really got to put my all into this. This is like the last obstacle that I have to get over to get my license. So it's very important to me. To all the people that are also studying and watching this video, good luck to you. You got this. Just take your time, you know, focus, study hard, you know, but take some mental breaks in between, drink a lot of water. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe and comment below if you have any questions.